So this is Larry Yeager at Yeager's Cycle, and I'd like to talk about Motoz tires just a little bit. This is my personal Pan America. I set up mostly to ride off-road, whether it be gravel, single track, forest roads. That's the way I want to set my motorcycle up. I do that 50% of the time, that type of riding. And so my deal is I want to set my tires up for off-roading best. I want to set my handlebar position, my grips, my foot peg location, my type of foot pegs, all of that for off-road riding, okay? My deal is that I feel like that I can set my motorcycle up to where I can ride off-road better. Maybe it doesn't work as good on-road then because it's not set up as well, but I can manage that easier than I can setting up my Pan America to where it works better on-road, not set up as well off-road, and I think that's harder to manage. I don't know if that makes sense, but essentially that's just my thinking on my personal motorcycle. Obviously the bike is capable of doing both. It's just, again, I choose to set mine up to where it rides off-road and performs better off-road better than on-road. So I ran Anakee Wilds for a little while, and I think they're a good tire. A couple things that I did notice about them right off the bat is the tread height is very short. I'm a little bit of a throttle jockey. I like to accelerate hard. I like to kind of blip the throttle, blip the clutch, which is hard on a rear tire, wears tires out fast. They only start with a knobby that's maybe 3/8 of an inch tall to begin with, so they don't have a lot of knobby to begin with. I did run 2 Anakee Wilds. We have a lot of rocks in our area. We ride a lot of rocks. I run 2 of them in the rocks, probably just a stroke of luck. I don't imagine it had anything to do with the tire, but I just felt like there was with the short knobby tire of the Anakee Wild, it exposed a lot of the carcass of the tire, which made it more accessible to maybe getting splits from rocks and those kind of things. That was just my thinking. So anyway, we became a Motoz dealer, or Motoz. I honestly don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I always call them Motoz. They're made in Australia. They really cater to adventure bike riders, and they have some that really cater to off-road adventure bike riders. And I've been running the Tractionator Adventure, and it's been a really good tire. This is what I have on here right now, is a Tractionator Adventure tire, and it's worked well. I've been really happy with it. Yes, it's noisy on road. Does it last a long time? I'm not real sure how to answer that. I'm hard on rear tires. I like to keep a fresh rear tire on. I really don't bother me when a tire wears out fast on the rear because I like to have fresh tires on. So, I can't really answer how long they'll last, if they'll last longer than another tire, another brand, or whatever. I'm not a good one to answer that. But they do start with knobbies that are, as you can see, a lot taller than the Anakee Wild. I mean, they're 5/8 of an inch tall to start. So, versus a 3/8 high knobby tire, they have much more knobby. Another thing that Motoz talks about is that their tires, the way their knobbies are designed, they're self-sharpening. I didn't know what to think about that. I wasn't sure. I wasn't exactly sure what they meant until I've ran a couple of them, and now I've experienced it. So basically, you ride off-road, you're kind of blasting through the trails, blasting through the rocks. You wear the front edge of your knobby off. It's kind of what goes on a rear tire. When you get on the asphalt, what these tires do is they wear flat again, which sharpens the front side of the knobby again. And it works. I've seen it. When I do some off-road riding and then I do some on-road riding, man, it wears the tire down and it brings back a sharp surface again. I have no idea as to how they designed it to make that work, but it works. So their statement on that is a good thing, I think. So then I got to maybe wanting to do a little bit more aggressive off-road riding, is what I'm wanting to do now. So I've ventured off and bought one of the Tractionator Rallies tires. If you read the Motoz website, it talks about they're a little bit more off-road minded, even more than the Adventure tire. So I got one in. This is the Rallies. This is the Adventure. Okay, so the thing I noticed right off the bat when I get it is that the knobbies are about a 1/4 inch spread more apart than the Adventure on the Rallies. Okay, so again, the Rallies, the distance from knobby to knobby is about a 1/4 inch wider than what the Adventure tires are. So you're going to have a little bit more open knob, which I think is going to give you a little more traction in the mud off-road. I think it'll let the tires clean out a little bit better. When the knobbies are opened up a little bit, I think it'll help them clean the mud out better. If you're off-roading, that's a plus. Then I also noticed that the side knobbies have extra cuts. So you've got this cut here on the side knobbies that doesn't exist on this one. It's a solid knob. You got an extra cut, which anytime you have more cuts, will give you more sideways traction. You know, and there's a little different configuration of the side knobbies. So I really think that the Tractionator Rallies is going to be a good option if you're wanting ultimate off-road on an adventure bike. So anyway, I thought maybe I would just give you a little bit of the difference between the Tractionator Rallies and the Tractionator Adventure, kind of what I'm seeing. I'm going to try this Rallies here very, very soon and give it a shot and see how it does. So anyway, hope that helps. Thanks.